I got another question over here. Could you rebuild a wrecked motorcycle? And I believe, do I have a video on there of where I
You did a before and after.
Pull it up though. So I actually bought a wrecked CBR 1000. That was my bike, and you had a Gixxer 600. There's actually a video of you doing like a burnout or something.
Really?
Excuse me there. Donuts are starting to kick in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and
just the burnout video.
Yeah, let's check out your video. Let's check out that video right quick.
So I mean, we had quite a bit of what's it called? Oh, hold on. Let me get this. Here you go. You ready? Let's watch it.
Widescreen it? Turn it up all the way.
It's up all the way.
Wow, dude, that was epic, man. I honestly remember I was afraid to do that, a little burnout like that.
I got a brand new tire coming in the mail, so I did that. But going back to motorcycles, we did quite a bit of motorcycles before the YouTube channel, like, because we were in motorcycles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers and stuff like that. That motorcycle right there is one that I purchased off of Copart right there, off of a Copart auction. And it was, which one was this? This one was completely, it had a hole in the engine. This thing had an extended swing arm. It was like extended like 6 foot, and the chain actually popped off on the previous owner and busted the engine open.
Oh,
so
I remember that.
It was like that on the auction. I picked it up, bought a stock OEM swing arm on the thing, threw it on it, and I actually found the Gixxer 600 engine on eBay in Atlanta, like 2 hours away from us, and I messaged him. I was like, can I come pick it up? And I think he wanted like $600 for it, which is a really good deal. But you know nothing about it. You can't start it. It's just the engine. And dude, that was the craziest story ever, dude.
I remember some sort of sketchy situation. I think you went by yourself, or did we go together?
We went together, dude.
And we met in like Atlanta City.
In the middle of the city, like big skyscrapers. We park in front of a Jimmy John's or something like that. And he's working there. Like the guy that I'm buying, and I'm like, I'm here. I opened the trunk of our, what was it, a car or whatever that we drove. And he's like, all right, I'll bring it out.
He comes out all dressed up nice and fancy, you know.
And then he pulls up in his car and he opens up his trunk, and he has a Gixxer engine, and we just pick it up, load it in the back of our car. I pay the man, and we just drive home. The weirdest thing ever, the craziest. I've never been in the middle of a city buying a Gixxer motor. I mean, that's it. I mean, the VIN number was on there. I mean, it wasn't a stolen motor. Apparently this guy does like he parts out motorcycles on the side and he had bunches of them. I was like, give me the best motor you got, honestly.
Yeah, so that was awesome right there. But I don't know why this popped into my head. Remember we were selling a dirt bike or something, and like some sketchy people pulled up, and I think they were planning on stealing this because like, I think it was like a F450 or something, CRF 450 dirt bike we were selling.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, looked at it, everything, tested it out. He's like, let's load it up.
Yeah.
And we loaded it up, but no exchange happened with the cash or the titles or anything.
And that's when our Ukrainian comes in handy at that point. I was talking to a dude. It was a blown CRF 450. The engine blew out on it. He was gonna rebuild it. It was a super cheap price. I was selling it for like, I don't know, like $1,500 or something like that. It was like a nice dirt bike, but he was loading it up, and he was like, they were acting sketchy, not talking. Like, I didn't want to load it up at first, but he's like, I'll take it. It was kind of, I was like, all right, whatever.
Load it up.
You know, load it up, strapping it up.
And then he like got into his car or
he
something
got into the car, whatever, like had the door open, but I was like, this is a quick move. And he wasn't turned around. He backed up. He was facing towards the road, ready to go. And that's when our Ukrainian comes in handy. That's why it's good to learn and to know another language. I was like, I told him, I said, "Bje запаркувай трака, перейди його машину." Like, I just told him to park Dad's Ford Ranger in front of the driveway.
What you said is go ahead, start it up, and be sitting in there getting
ready.
ready. Because I was going to chase this dude.
Like, yeah, they were about to take you. I was like, all right. And they seen that you got in the truck and you started up. And they sat there. And then dude was like, got some backpack, like reaching in the backpack. I'm like, oh shoot, what's going on? He finally pulls out the cash. I count it real quick. I'm like, all right, that's it, you know?
I mean, like, what would you do in that situation? I think we did the right thing. I know, like, you're really not supposed to judge somebody, but like in that situation, like we felt
fishy.
something.
It was really wrong. We've sold plenty of stuff in our life, but that was a really, like, I knew something was gonna happen. Like at that point, honestly, it happens all the time around here. You know, I mean, you hear it all the time. People go, "Hey, let me test drive your dirt bike." Gone. Like, I've test drove tons of dirt bikes going down streets and stuff, and like some people, whenever you know a person, you know that they're gonna bring it back. But sometimes you get a bad vibe, and you say, you know what, I don't want to do no test drives. You know, it just all depends on preference. You know.
Exactly. But yeah, that was one of those situations where like we were ready to pounce, and like, you know, just like instinct kicked in there. But let's go to the CBR video where we rebuilt that CBR. We got a CBR that was pretty smashed right there.
Right here, yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I remember filming something like...
Feels weird. Picking it up. The legacy of it.
What's up, Goonzquad? Let me drop down right quick. What we have behind me is a 2010 CBR 1000. It does have a rebuilt title, but I'm pretty much getting ready to sell this sucker. I already got the title in. Didn't document this.
What was that? What was that, dude? What did I just see? What did I just witness?
Is that Thomas or what is that, dude?
I just started my YouTube channel not too long ago.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I didn't document this one. I should have done it, but I just started my YouTube channel not too long ago, so didn't have the chance to do that. But let me tell you, look,
let's go.
Rebuilt title, but I'm pretty much getting ready to sell this.
What? Is that Thomas?
That's not Thomas. That's just a Google image I found, but that's pretty funny. I gotta say, I was slick back then, man. I didn't know I was that slick. The hair was all off point, but the funny, the humor was on point.
And that cat looks like Thomas a little bit, like definitely.
It does, and that's crazy because we didn't even have Thomas back then, I believe. So,
dang, that's weird.
You know, we spoke it into we visualized it into existence.
That's crazy. But let's go ahead and watch this video.
I didn't document this one. I should have done it, but I just started my YouTube channel not too long ago, so didn't have the chance to do that. But let me tell you a little bit about the bike. So this bike was totaled out pretty much. It had a salvage title, so what we had to do was rebuild it. So all the parts that were replaced, let me run you through that right quick. Subframe was replaced. The front rim was bent. All new fairings, so the fairings were jacked up. New sliders. We got engine case sliders.
Dang, that's a bad bike, man.
New front stay holder right there for the tachometer. So pretty much with auction fees and all, we purchased this bike for $2,000, and I had it fixed for around. So I got this fairing kit for $400, and then all this other stuff like the subframe, headlight, mirrors here. It was roughly around an extra $300. So I'd say I got it fixed for $700 plus $200 on the taxes that I had to pay for the bike. So that's around $3,000. So I had fun with it. I rode it all summer. But the bike does only have 10,900 miles on it. Threw a couple red accents here and there, like that right there. I don't know why it's collecting.
What? Dude, $3,000 for that thing?
Well, it has 10,000 miles. That's a lot of miles for a street bike, but what would you buy it for, $2,000? That is super cheap, but that bike looked, dude, it was unrecognizable. It looked like somebody rear-ended that bike.
I think I got some pictures on here. Actually, I think if you want to just like scroll through it, try to find it where I have some before and after.
I was gonna see if you read this thing up, dude, but, oh yeah, right here, like, go ahead, let me hear.
Look at them boots. I told you I was Southern. Dude.
That's sick.
That's sick. Might have to get another one, man. Maybe like a H2R supercharged bike. Those are rare, though.
Definitely. Hold on.
Let's get some revs in, bro.
I don't think you have any pictures.
that's pretty much it about the bike. I mean, I'm getting ready to sell it. I got to post it up on Craigslist.
And that bike sold pretty quick. Yeah. So
Like that, man.
But dude, like speaking about bikes, I mean, I had did I have 3 GSXRs?
I think so. You had like 3 different bikes, or maybe 2.
I fell in love with GSXR's 600. So the Suzuki bike, I don't know why, I just fell in love with that bike because it was just really easy to ride it on the back wheel. So
Yeah, you could wheelie. I wonder if we got a video of that. Try to scroll through a video. But I used to wheelie here and there, but I was afraid because 1,000 insane power, like that type of power when you're feeling the wind blow past you and you're just like on that such a small vehicle with so much horsepower, I guess, and you're moving so fast, it's just unreal. It's unlike any vehicle.
Yeah, like I wheelied the 600 super easily, and then I jump on your bike to go test it. I'm like, dude, the 1,000. But it'll stand up, but it's just like too much power at the beginning. It's like, what? It just like shoots up sometimes. Like, and it was like really difficult. But yeah, I mean, I've been through a few bikes, but I don't know if we'll do another bike. Would you ever do another bike?
Honestly, I don't.
I'd like to do one of those Harley Davidson like cruiser bikes.
I'd like to do one of those 3-wheelers. You know, the spiders that are like
what
super
about those
sick.
Vanderbilt or whatever, like motorcycle type cars where they have the front wheel, 2 front wheels, and 1 wheel in the back? Dude, those are pretty. But that's not considered a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, the wheelie video, I don't think we posted that on here. Did we ever post a wheelie video on this?
I don't think so. But let me. You want to move on to the next question, and it'll point us to
let's
another
go,
video.
Go ahead. Next question.
So somebody asked, have you considered of doing a twin turbo kit on the Viper, man?
Oh, dude, that would be epic.
Remember we seen one on the auction with the twin turbo kit?
There was actually a blue Viper that was on the auction that was twin turboed, but it said flooded, so it was kind of really sketchy at that point. And I believe it was the Viper that was in one of the Fast and Furious movies. Whenever it was in the garage stacked up with a bunch of cars, it was at the top of the Fast and Furious movie, which was pretty epic. But that car went for way too much, and it was like undercarriage damage. So who knows? It could have had a bad engine in it. Could have like smacked something underneath it and like ran into some water. So we didn't really want to focus on that car too much.
You want to pull up the very first Viper video of like when we first got it? I think that was pretty insane. That was like our very first like super epic track car.
That was our first
V10.
epic like crazy like collectible car type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was only 93 of those, so that was super epic right there. And we repaired it. That one was pretty tough, though.
All right, guys. So
First off, the Viper was probably one of the toughest builds to date.
Definitely.
One of the toughest builds. It's a great, amazing car, but sometimes I realize why they stopped making that car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think SRT is like a separate entity, and I don't know if they went bankrupt or something happened. They just quit making Vipers, which made them super rare and super valuable,
Yeah.
but yet I can understand why, because the build quality on that car was kind of just like
Not that great, dude.
below par, you know what I mean?
Like some of the stuff, like some of the framing on that car is like so like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe they built the car like this. It was kind of built a little bit cheaply, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it was one of the most difficult cars to work on because like aligning body panels was so hard, just the way the frame was and stuff like that. They just kind of, I don't know, it was a one weird designed car and stuff like that. With you're basically sitting at the rear end of the car, which the car is an absolute just
the nose is super long on that thing,
which
like,
just makes
crazy.
the Viper look killer, dude. You know what I mean?
But honestly, we're talking a little bit, harshly about this build, talking about some negative sides of it, but yet we're keeping this build because of how rare it is. I actually heard like Street Speed 717. He's been looking for.
I think he just got one.
I don't know.
One.
I think I seen him post something where the deal fell through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think he was trying to get an ACR, which those are insane too, but not as rare as the TA edition. I don't think.
Dude, I don't know nothing about them, but I just know Vipers are really hard to get, and their prices are pretty high right now, and they just get rarer by the day. The longer they go without making a newer Viper, the more expensive they're going to get.
It's an appreciating asset. So we're going to watch probably the very first video of us getting it, and then like the last video of us test driving it.
Yeah,
man.
so right now, I'm just going to skip to where we're picking it up at the auction because we just finished off the ZL1 and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and start at the auction video.
Ooh. Copyright.
Right, boys. Got that Viper, guys. This thing is a freaking beast, man. Man, look at this. It's all dusty. This is crazy. Carbon fiber hood. Look at this fiberglass. It's like cracked, but it may be repairable, or we may just get a new piece.
We'll see, man. This thing is a beast.
Dude, I cannot believe it. This is the Track Attack. There's only 93 of these.
And then what number is this? 31?
I don't remember, but the interior is sick. We'll show you guys that once we get back to the house. But look at that, man. A freaking Viper. This is going to add to our collection, dude. It's going to be perfect. All American muscle.
And do you remember when we had all the like American we literally were trying to collect all the American muscle cars, like the legit ones, like the newer ones, like the Z01 Camaro, the
Hellcat.
Mustang 5.0, the Hellcat, and the Corvette Z06, like the best of the best, and then the Viper TA, which was just the top of the list. Absolute insane. This was like a very like big moment for us, because this was a car whenever I was younger I would always rare to see, and I'll always see when I'll be like, that is just such an amazing car, you know what I mean?
It is so beautiful, man. And that's the last generation of Viper right there. I don't think they're going to make any more. I know I've seen renderings of them looking like it has a rear engine,
Yeah.
but I highly doubt that. I know
Especially with the stuff going all electric.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll make an all electric Viper. It won't look nothing like a
That'd be
Viper, and
cool.
they'll name it Viper. or
Yeah, I
something
remember
like that.
seeing like the older generation before this, and it looked good, but once this came out, oh my goodness, it was just perfect, man.
Dude, the perfect looking car. This thing was just an absolute beast. That picking it up for the first day with the racing stickers on it and stuff was just so like, it was just an insane moment at that, like a happy moment right there. You know,
Definitely.
big achievements, worked super hard to get something like that, and that was an awesome one. But you want to go to one of the last videos, right?
Yeah, where we test drove that thing. Is there any of the
Right here,
thumbnails?
first test drive, dude, crazy fast, and that thing
Oh my goodness.
is crazy
Even
fast.
to this day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
Dude, this car is an absolute beast, dude. Like,
goodness.
I want to go to a part where we just go ripping in this thing, because that's like the main thing, dude, of this car, dude, is how hard it rips, dude.
How scary it is,
Yep.
man.
Yeah, sound, dude.
Man, this thing is loud on the inside, dude. Super loud, dude. I don't know if they'll even be able to hear us when we're driving, but we'll see. We'll see how it drives. Hopefully it drives pretty good. I don't expect it to drive perfect, because we did remove that suspension in the rear and in the front. So we're going to test it, go real slow down the road, and see what it does. Yes, sir. Hopefully we don't run out of...
My boy's face looks skinny right there. I've done gained a little bit of weight in my face and stuff. Maybe it's the races. They kind of make my face look a little bit bigger. But, dude, the suspension was just right here was kind of weird, because, you know, it was super hard to find that TA suspension. That was the
That's the
biggest
thing.
thing of that whole entire build, was the suspension.
And also how we were just not educated or unexperienced in finding parts. Nowadays, dude, I think we can almost find any part ever. Like, we'll source it from other countries. But back
a
then,
lot of fans will actually reach out to us.
Yeah,
We get
another thing
emails,
like that.
and that's the big thing, is emails and stuff like that we get from Instagram and email.
emails, comments, and Instagram DMs, all that stuff, man. Now, like, going back, I wish we would have approached that a little bit differently. We probably would have bought all those parts from an online Mopar store that carried nearly everything. We just kind of bought eBay stuff, which that stuff was still expensive, whether it was from that website or from eBay.
Yeah, Viper
Expensive.
parts in general, or especially the Gen 5 Viper parts. Is this a Gen 5,
That's
right?
a Gen 5, yep.
Well, super difficult to find, but you know what? We were able to locate everything in a good, like, steady, because I think we were, like, working on the Camaro at the same time we were working on the Viper, because we were waiting for parts. But let's go ahead and see this test drive.
That's because we are running low. Yeah, if it drives good, we're going to drive to the gas station. If it doesn't, we're going to have to turn around. But let's see what it does, dude. I think it's pretty warm, so let's hit the road.
Like, I was scared already, and I was going slow. You see my face? I was scared.
It's all over the road. Is it really? Yeah, the steering wheel. I can feel that rear end wanting to fishtail a little bit that way, but it's not like crazy. Yeah, the traction control light kicking on. It'll be alignment is so bad, probably. Yeah. Usually when the alignment is really bad, the traction control light will kick on. So we're taking it really slow right now because the traction control light is actually kicking on because it's trying to kick out that rear end a little bit. It's nothing too crazy, but this happened to me before on other cars. When the alignment is really bad, it's going to cut that traction control light on. And we're just right now just creeping to the gas station as slow as possible. And hopefully we make it there with no problem. Yeah, I know. Hopefully we don't run out of gas because it is completely low.
No airbag in that thing.
Man, I wonder what this is going to sound like in video. All that rumbling and mumbling. It's loud, dude. It's so loud. It's insane. Let me open the window. Oh man, good thing we came with 2 starters here, 2 battery starters.
Ooh.
Man, this thing is a
Oh, we
freaking
rip it
race
after
car.
the alignment.
I think it may have like a special clutch in it. I'm sure it does. This thing's just like green here at Good To Go Tires. The alignment is 100%. Now we can go rip up the streets because now it's gonna drive as straight as possible. Now we can do some burnouts, dude. I'm excited. Let's go test this thing out, dude. Let's go. How's it driving? Driving 100 times better. Now the traction control light and everything is off, dude. So we're good to go, dude. This is awesome. It feels a lot better now. Like, honestly, everything feels a lot nicer. It drives smooth, ain't it? It drives way smoother. Man, that is the
craziest car ever, dude.
That is, man. That was super wild right there. I mean, even to this day, you hop in that thing, as soon as it starts up, it's rumbling, and as soon as you're like letting off the clutch and giving it the gas, you're already getting that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, and we gotta finish that car like 100. It's like 95%. We need it 100%. We got that one wheel that we gotta paint because the wheels were super hard to find, or we can possibly try to get some custom wheels for that thing, which would look absolutely epic.
That would.
And we need to change that windshield out, which we may do in one of the episodes. You know, maybe one of the Camaro build episodes or something like that. Just swap that. Just get that thing dialed in a little bit better. That way we can do some more ripping on it because we don't drive it ever, dude.
Never. I mean, we're just trying to preserve the mileage, honestly, right now, but we're not preserving the actual paint job of it because it's kind of sitting outside. But I think
it's pretty good though. It's still good. It's buffable. Like if you wanted to like do a TLC on the paint job, you can make it spot on. But once we get like our big shop going, or once we get a shop over here, we're gonna store these things pristine, like in a bubble.
Wow, dude, I was watching that video and I seen the GTR in the background. We had some epic stuff. It kind of sucks that that's why I know I seen another question over here is like, why don't you guys sell stuff and just have that extra money? And it's because like we're gonna miss it. We know we're gonna miss that stuff.
Like the GTR, dude, I kind of like sad that we sold it, but you know, it's a good thing that we did sell it. But dude, the GTR was such a like epic car, dude. It's a good driver's car. Like a lot of people that drive the GTR because it's all-wheel drive, the turbo, especially the one that we had. Dude, that thing was just an epic car. Dude, what if we get one of the newer GTRs?
Hey, dude? I wouldn't mind.
Like if we find one that's smashed pretty good, we'll probably cop one or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Honestly, that would be one of those another sick build, but I think we got our eye on a few other things, man, as of right now.
Dude, some epic stuff coming to the channel for sure, dude.
Drop your suggestions down below on what build you guys think we should get next. I mean, something epic. It's got to be something high horsepower, preferably around the 700 horsepower.
It don't even have to be high horsepower. It just has to be something super epic because, I mean, we're just looking for everything or anything that's going to be super epic. Something that you guys would like. Don't have, like, sometimes some builds, I'm like, I probably don't want that build, but I believe some people really like that build, so we'll do it for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just all depends.
The time.
Yeah.
All the time, man. We always do stuff for you guys. That's the most important thing, is to produce some content for you guys. And honestly, there's not enough time in the day to just give you guys everything that you want because, I mean, it's just impossible.
It's just impossible. So that's why we started this Goonzquad Unleashed channel, to sit back and talk to you guys about our channel, our builds, the future, the past, the present. I mean, everything. You know,
everything.